What is up, everybody? We are back. Yeah, back in our bag. This is Big Bernard App Stupid. It's been a while. It's been a week. How's everybody doing? I know when we started doing this thing, we just had a little fun with it. We took some time off. I was on vacation. Shout out to everybody in Cali. I was out in California for about a week, enjoying myself. Me and the fam had some fun. Pismo Beach area. So shout out to them. So got a lot to cover. A lot of content to cover. Unfortunately, when you go on vacation, the world does not stop. So neither should I. So we got right here is Mike McDaniels. He's overreacting to the Dolphins not making the playoffs, not winning a playoff game in 24 years. So he's decided to put 24 on everything. We'll see how that turns out. Then Mike Tomlin, he gets a 3-year extension. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the former Colts #1 draft pick, Mr. Anthony Richardson. Yeah, they call him AR-15 or whatever. Yeah, he's got some discomfort in his throwing shoulder. We'll talk about that. Also, we want to talk about revisit a story about Roger Goodell going psycho and why I told you nothing happens in a vacuum. He wouldn't talk like that if the owners didn't give him permission to, and how to float it. And we'll talk about the pushback going on inside that camp. Then I think we'll close I think we're going to talk about the NBA and Luka Donut and this whole weird obsession that people have with this guy who is, Luka can play. Let's not kid ourselves, but Luka's overweight. And I've never seen a guy with that much tape on his legs, and he's only been in the league since 2019. So in 6 years, his legs are that heavily taped up. Something's got to be up with that. Those stories and much more when we come back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Burn and App Stupid. We got a new spot? Oh, okay. Drop a spot. Yeah, that was dope. I don't know about you, but I was really feeling that McDonald's spot. Yo, try any of those. The quarter pounder meal, the Big Mac meal, chicken nugget meal, many more items at your local McDonald's. Download the app, order online, or like I said, visit the good folks at your local McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it, McDonald's. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into Mike Tomlin. He gets a 3-year extension in the Steel City. Is he worth it? That's my question. But this was coming out of Yahoo Sports with Liz Rocher. Now, Mike T, he inked a 3-year deal to keep him in Steeler country. He unquestionably is I would say he's a great coach. He's not a good coach. He's a great coach. But how much is the Ketchup family throwing at Mikey Mike to stay put? $37.5 million for the next 3 years. So let's break this down in plain English, people. Again, I'm gonna make it plain for the church. Can you say it twice? I'm gonna make it plain for the church. This dude is making $12.5 million a year, $1.5 million a month, $260,000 a week, and $34,000 a day. Man, all I want to know at this point is he into adopting kids? And when I say kids, I mean myself. Get paid, young man. Get paid. And he deserves it. He deserves it. He's already been there for 17 years. If he sees the end of this contract, that will be a smooth 20-piece nugget at that position. At times, people forget the resume that he has. So let me go ahead and I'll remind you of who he is. I think it's that Jay-Z soundbite. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. He got hired in 2007. They won the Super Bowl in 2008. He's won 7 AFC North titles, 11 playoff berths, and 2 Super Bowl wins. Yikes. Now, Art Rooney II had this to say about Tomlin, quote, extending his contract for 3 years reflects our confidence in his ability to guide the team back to winning playoff games and championships while continuing our tradition of success, end quote. So that's us saying, hey, look, we got to pay like we weigh. Because if that dude goes out on the open market, plenty of franchises would snatch him up. Do you think Atlanta? Well, they just got Raheem Morris. So shout out to them. Shout out to him. He shouldn't have never been fired out of Tampa to begin with. But Raheem Morris is in Atlanta. But you think about teams needing a good coach, like the Carolina Panthers. They need a good coach. The Arizona Cardinals. They need a good coach. They don't need any more gimmicks. They need good coaches. But again, Art Rooney II, he went ahead and said as much in that statement. So they made it rain on him and his family. And that's a big difference when the ownership and the head coach are in agreement about the direction of the franchise. There have been so many times where we've said on this program that, hey, look, these dudes are not on the same page. And certain like cheerleaders, I will say Fox Sports 1, ESPN, all of these different outlets, when they get to a point where they're just giving you false hope, and then when you look around, you see the personnel, you see the coaching, and you see the vacancies out there, you're just like, I don't see this turning out that way. But again, they have to spend hope. I don't. So shout out to him, Mike Tomlin, and his wife, Kaya. You know, I know she's happy about that deal. Fam, if I made that kind of money, I could see Adrian's face now. That's my first lady. And she'd immediately divorce me. Just joking. No, man. I mean, look at the coaching tree he's put in place. And we'll talk about that when we come back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the final spot. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Moss. Order online, download the app, or visit your good friends at your local Taco Bell. Live Moss. Okay, so we're going to talk about the coaching tree for the Steelers. We're looking at Arthur Smith. He previously had head coaching experience in Atlanta for 3 years. We talked about him getting his hands on Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Not only that, but we also talk about how he was responsible for the Tennessee Titans push, where you saw the Titans in the playoffs the year that they beat the Ravens with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. So he's now the offensive coordinator. You got the quarterbacks coach and Tom Arth. He comes to Pittsburgh from the LA Chargers, where he served as the passing game specialist 2022, 2023. In his 2 seasons with the Chargers, he was part of a staff that coached the offense that ranked 5th in passing offense and number 11th in total offense. Over his tenure, he helped quarterback Justin Herbert continue to set records, as no player has more completions or passing yards over the first 4 seasons of their career. Again, you can only be hopeful about what he's put together. Then there's wide receivers coach Zach Azzani. He joins the Steelers from the New York Jets, where he served as the wide receivers coach. He coached wide receivers for 26 years, spending last 7 seasons coaching a group of the NFL wide receivers in Denver and Chicago, following 18 years at the collegiate level. running back coach, Eddie Faulkner, his guidance, Najee Harris has selected as the team captain. In just his second NFL season, Harris eclipsed 1,000 rushing yards and second consecutive seasons, becoming the first running back in franchise history to do so in his first 2 seasons. Again, just a lot of guys that he's compiled and put together, from the O-line coach, quarterbacks coach, offensive lineman. I mean, this dude, he didn't just sit there on his laurels. And when you have someone like that, Tomlin's got the winning recipe. I look for the Steelers to be really dangerous in 2024. 2024, 2025. But I could be wrong. Let me know how you feel. This is Big Vern. We got so much show to go. It's coming out of my ears. However, we just going to keep this train on the tracks. We'll be back.